Hey guys, what's going on? Bio here today, just with a little bit of a VOD review. Today we're going to be going over one of the many ranked games I've been playing recently as I've been trying to get back into Duel. So we're going to go ahead and hit play. So off the start here, this is really important. I got red armor spawn, and there's a few different routes you can go strategically when it comes to this. What a lot of players like to do is instead of going directly for red armor, they like to go over to railgun and pick up the armor shard. This armor shard down here, whenever the player that spawns by Mega goes to find armor, he really is locked out of another source, especially because he won't know the timing and things like that. And that also ends up delaying red armor as a byproduct of that. Another strategy that a lot of people I see are adopting now is they pick up lightning gun and they'll actually try to catch the enemy player at the jump pad after they grab mega health so they can get off a lot of damage and then go back, grab red, grab the other armor shard. This kind of prevents the player that you're trying to fight from getting that armor shard by mega, and that's really important because then it kind of cordons off part of that map. And you're going to see I chose a third option here, which I just go straight for red armor, and then I go over to rail, I believe. And you can see, you can hear him, he took the option of, instead of grabbing mega right away, he's going to grab the armor shard, and he thought maybe that I would contest over by lightning gun, which would be a losing fight for me because I believe off that specific spawn he got, it was rockets. So you can see that because I grabbed red armor first, I'm not able to pick up that armor shard. So now if I do take a fight with him, he's going to have different resources to grab different armor shards. And so right here, he was trying to delay that and take the fight over by LG, like I was saying. And so I can just wait here, take my time. He's popped his vision. He knows where I'm at. So I got free well, not really free, but I got way more damage off than he did. So I know that that mega he picked up is partially been negated. And I know that he won't really have an armor shard over here right away. So now it's my job, because I know he probably got LG by now, is to set up in a position that will allow me to contest red armor without taking too much damage myself. Unfortunately, you're going to see that I don't do that. So he's already going to be setting up by LG. I decide to just give up red. This is a very big misplay, at least thinking about it now. I think it's a very big misplay. Not only did I have high ground, I had railgun, so I could have played farther back to prevent him from being able to LG me, which would have just left his machine gun. I would have been able to do more damage in that sort of position unless he went under by the under LG area and then grabbed red armor that way, which still wouldn't have been a big deal because then I could have positioned for that afterwards to get a railgun off. Now, you could definitely make the argument, if I did want to go that route, that he would have had vision up and he would have been by rail and he would have known where I would have been waiting for. And that's sort of the forethought you have to have, especially in the moment-to-moment decision-making that a lot of other players aren't capable of, and I'm certainly not capable of it anymore. But that's sort of what VOD reviewing helps you with, is it helps you figure out what you should be doing moment-to-moment more efficiently. And so right here, funny enough, he decided to not even contest red. I think he wanted to just take a fight here to get my stack lower, which I think is actually a really good play by him. And it kind of caught me off guard here. You can see I fired a railgun shot, and that railgun shot might have hit 90 damage, but in the situation that was at hand here, rocket launcher or shotgun would have been a way better play, especially because he has lightning gun and he's going to get a lot of damage off on me because I have to wait for that refire time. So I decided to use my ability here, and this is a really important distinction that not a lot of players will make or understand, especially if you're in a lower category, right? Like you're not as good at Duel. So right here, in this situation, I teleport, he goes over to this back wall, and I switch to rocket launchers. This is a bad play on my part. Not only because the distance between us puts me outside of really being able to hit good, efficient rockets, I also don't have LG, and so my best weapon choice here would have either been Tri-Bolt, believe it or not, because this is great Tri-Bolt distance for fights like this, or shotgun, because I already know I hit 90 damage and I hit another 90 before that previously, which he could have healed up. But the reality is he probably didn't have that much armor, maybe 25, potentially 50 if he grabbed that armor shard, but that armor shard wouldn't have been up because it's not the next cycle of armor shards. So again, tri-bolt or shotgun would have been great here. Now I got lucky, and the rocket I fired preemptively, which is again another mistake, turned out to actually kind of bait him into moving left, because I don't think he realized I fired a rocket over there, or maybe the network didn't catch up, or, you know, whatever it might have been. You can see I took a lot of damage. I went from like 140 100 to 47 100. So he got a lot of damage off there. And on top of that, this death that he took is going to be able to put him in a better spawn position for red armor. And so I'm going to be able to grab this mega health, and I'm trying to just heal up a little bit, trying to see if I can catch him off spawn. But this is a misplay again in itself, because I don't have the stack to fight, even if he is off spawn. Even with just MG, basic good MG aim could have easily killed me here. And I wanted to cut him off at red armor. You can see that's what I was thinking, see if maybe I could get a rail. But I realized that he's probably just waiting by LG. And I didn't realize this in the moment, but you're going to see here what probably happens is I get dropped on. Yep, that makes sense. Really smart play by him. And I think I'll end up taking a death here. But I did manage to get 126 damage, so that red armor he grabbed has pretty much all been negated. I also managed to grab the armor shard over by railgun, and so his only source of armor at this point in time is going to be by the mega health, which you're going to see that this death I take will put me close to it. Now, right here, because of death cam, I saw him go over towards railgun. However, because logically, the best play for him right now is to restack game armor, I should have realized that the armor shard would have been a really good spot to kind of contest here, because he's going to go over here, see that armor shard is gone, and then he's going to start making his way over towards LG, and I'll be able to catch him off guard there. It's really weird that he wanted to fight this. Maybe he thought I wouldn't have had a good spawn or whatever. He's still going to get a lot of damage off, because believe it or not, this position that I'm in is really bad for rockets. Typically, high ground is good for rockets, but in this sort of situation here, where I'm kind of like a pixel off essentially from being able to hit good rockets, my only source of damage here would have been through directs. And of course, you don't want to have to rely on direct rockets, especially in a position like this, because it's just going to completely fuck you. And you're going to see right here, I'm trying to sort of make it closer to the staircase to be able to get into a better fighting position. Sorry. And you're going to see that's not really going to work out. So I already grabbed health, or mega health. I was at 175 because that's the max you can be. And I'm already back down to 120. So this is a really good fight for him. I managed to hit a direct there. So I know that any sort of armor that he had left over from that red armor is completely gone at this point. And I also know that if he was like overhealed or had higher health, which again, he definitely grabbed HP bubbles over here or up top by nail gun, that now he's got to be kind of low. So I shoot another preemptive rocket, sort of trying to figure out where his next position will be, which is going to be, you can tell by his footsteps, to the right of me. And you can see that he actually strafed away from it because he saw me shoot it that time. That makes my rocket do significantly less damage here. That's enough damage, right? That 33 damage, that damage negation he did from that strafe, that's enough to put me in a really bad spot. You can see that I'm not even aiming close to him now. And my only recourse here would be to get a very lucky rocket off. So this is a really good fight from him. And you're going to see that I actually probably will end up dying here. We both try to trade a kill here. Doesn't end up working. So we both actually mutually get out. He's going to come out ahead of this, believe it or not, because that green armor shard should be on cycle for him to pick up, and he just grabbed 2 HP bubbles. So he's going to be in a way better position than I am in terms of stack. Positionally, however, I shouldn't be at too much of a disadvantage here. I need to grab this HP bubble and this HP bubble, and then I can either contest him at rail, or he's going to come through this teleporter here, which would be technically a better position for him because he has so much more weapons over me. Like, I don't have rocket ammo. All I have is LG. Stack wise, I'm not looking too hot. Even if I get full HP, he has railgun, so he can just immediately knock my stack down. So that's something that you have to kind of take into consideration when you decide to go for plays like this, because this play here is a flub. It is not good. And you're going to probably see that I will die here. Yep. I managed to get a little bit of HP. I'm trying to contest this. Completely reverse the situation. Completely lucky, though. I wasn't paying attention to my ability here. I managed to get the red armor. I have 33 HP. One railgun would not have killed me. Believe it or not, I would not have died. I would have had 1 HP if he hit me here. I managed to pull out LG off that teleport because it's the only real weapon I have in this situation. And I'm able to catch him off guard with that teleport and kill him. Completely lucky. I'm not gonna spin it in any other way, shape, or form. Completely lucky play by me. Even if it was completely instinctual, you should not be relying solely off your instincts to make good plays. So again, right here, I'm trying to stack up. I know he's got the HP advantage on me. I know he has rockets. He's spammed down below to try to prevent me from being able to pick up any sort of armor shard. I know I'm late on this. I just wanted to see if I could get any sort of poke damage. He meets me here. I'm able to take away the the armor shard from him. The reason he took that fight there, and some people would argue that this was a bad fight. Some people wouldn't. It really depends on your play style, I think, for the most part. But the reason he took that fight there, even though he would have only had 175, 100 in terms of stack, because we know the armor shard by mega health was up. We know mega health was up. The reason he took that fight there is because the fight I took with him, with the red armor, I was already severely low. He grabbed these bubbles right before. They barely came back up in time for me to be able to grab them. And you can see that he took that fight because of that, because he knows he has a stack advantage over me. And it actually almost ends up not in his favor, right? Because he has to push into me to take that fight. And I have a lightning gun, so does he. But because he has to drop down on me, because he decided to go up through the LG area, because he didn't want to risk taking a railgun from me, he has to push into me, and that's, again, LG and air, not great combination. So you're going to see I had the similar idea to come back and fight him because I know his stack is low now. What I did not take into account, however, is the fact he has 2 health bubbles by nailgun. And also that red armor is going to be up either right when I pause this video or like shortly after. And so that's going to put him at 100, 175. And as you can see, I'm at 120, 50. This, again, depending on the person, would say that's perfectly fine to fight at. Depending on your play style, that is, right? For me, I don't like taking these fights, but because I'm an emotional player and I saw him try to force what I call personally an ego fight, I want to ego fight back because that's just who I am as a person. It's not a smart play. It's not a good play, but you have to realize when you're an emotional player, you're going to be in these situations where your emotions are going to get the better of you sometimes. And you're going to see that's what's going to happen here. Now, fortunately for me, he had no idea where I was. His ability wasn't up, which is a godsend for me. And so he wasn't sure where he should have positioned to get optimal damage. Realistically, he could have killed me there. But you're going to see that right here, because I got this armor from him being here, just W-king it, completely stupid of me, I'm able to get into a somewhat better position. I know where he is now because he obviously went around a railgun, grabbed the time vials and all that. He's now going to be set up for mega health. And that should be up very soon. I really thought, and again, this is kind of just me not really thinking about the situation fully through before I made a play and committed. I really thought he was going to take the jump pad up to get armor. Any smart player would know that that's just not a good play to make. So instead what he does is he decides to set a trap for me. Well, trap here in this situation at mega health. And you can see he took mega health. So now I'm sitting at 173, or sorry, I'm sitting at 73, 72 stack. And he got the mega health. So we know he's at least at 100 or greater than 100, right? If I could guess, he's probably about 150 right now, not minus the damage I just put on him. And in terms of armor, he's probably only at 50. He hits a really good direct there. In fact, that was a situation-changing direct. And you'll see I take these all the time. But again, I didn't think the situation through. So now I'm at 40, and then 5 armor. And so he has LG. He's able to just get the kill. It's simple as that. So now I'm emotional. Now I'm extremely emotional. I'm angry. I'm like, man, fuck this guy. He got a really good rocket on me. And so now I'm just trying to take ego fights. So that's 1 ego death taken. We're going to start an ego death counter. That's 1 ego death taken. I try to fight him here. This is going to be another ego death taken because we know he's going to grab armor. He's going to grab railgun. Even if I set up for this mega health, me taking it will not affect him in a major way. And in fact, if anything, it hurts me more to take that right away because I'm only going to get 75 stack value out of that while he has still his leftover mega health, or at least 120 of it, and then he just grabbed red armor on top of an armor shirt, so he's going to have 175. So he's already in a way better stack position than I am. And so I should have realistically delayed grabbing that mega, maybe get LG or something, or just concede it entirely, right? Grabbing it there is a very short-term play, and you're going to see what's going to happen here is I'm probably going to take a railgun, or just a great amount of damage. Yep. Huge rocket. Huge rocket. That was a 50 damage rocket on that. I just want to rewind it real quick just to show you. 50 damage. A little over, actually. It's like 66. And right here, I'm in the air. He already has his railgun out. You're going to see he's going to get a follow-up rail. Actually, never mind. He missed. I don't know how he missed that. Regardless of him missing that or hitting that, I am now in a very dangerous spot. Again, all I have really is rocket, tri-bolt, shotgun, and machine gun. Light machine gun at that, too. He has LG. He has rail. He has rockets. He has heavy machine gun. He has everything in his arsenal required to really fuck me hard. And so what's going to happen here is even though I am in a better position for red armor, I cannot take the red armor safely. And I'm going to try to. I thought I heard him drop. I ended up didn't. I don't even know the timing on red. So when I went to go try to take red, I don't even know the timing of it. So again, bad play on my part. That's another ego death taken. That's 2 ego deaths. I try the same thing. Red armor's just up. And instead this time, I'm trying to cut him off here because I know that's the cutoff point. But unfortunately, I didn't think far enough ahead. And he takes the drop down to get the 2 HP bubbles by mega health. And you're going to see, I hear him do that kind of late, and now I'm in a bad position, and I try to drop for him. I know he's not that weak, and I'm going for it. I'm trying to take the bubbles from him, and I hit 2 pretty decently good shotgun shots. So I hit this. That's a 39. So I've hit 139 total damage. I miss an entire shotgun shot, which puts me in such a bad position. And now he's so much farther ahead of me stack-wise. He grabbed mega health. I have 6 HP. I'm going to die. 3rd ego death. It's 2-6. The game is now going to get just completely ran away from me because I'm taking these stupid ego challenges. I try to get a railgun here. I take a rail back. I don't have the stack to fight this. I hit another rail and he hits a rail. I hit 3 rails or 2 rails. I don't know. I'm not keeping count of that. But anyways, the point is I'm taking these ego deaths because I'm an emotional player. I let my emotions get ahead of me. And so you're probably wondering, how do you prevent that? And the sad truth is, if you're an emotional player like me, you're going to know you can't really prevent it. What I like to do when I get into the habit, right? Because it's not really habit. It's more like just how you are as a person. You got to realize you have to take those emotional, and I don't even want to call them flaws, but in the context of dueling, they are flaws, right? You shouldn't be letting your emotions dictate your actions. You should be looking at it at a very analytical perspective. So what ends up happening here is me as a person should have realized that, hey, I'm getting emotional now. I need to slow the game down. I need to not let this score lead go from 2-7 to 2 to like 17. You know what I mean? I need to slow it down. I need to realize what I can do in the moment, what I can do to get ahead. And I also need to use that emotional energy that I have built up to pull ahead and win the game. And unfortunately, I don't do that. You're going to see that, again, it's very hard to do that in the moment. It's something that requires constant training. So right there, I wanted to let that play out a little bit to kind of give you guys some insight onto this. I know the cutoff point is there. I know he's going to be coming up there because that is a power position for him. Because he has so many more weapons than me, I try to cut him off there. I do cut him off there. However, I got timinged, which is a way to say that I didn't hold the angle long enough or things like that. And as soon as I turned my back, he as a player realized that I turned my back and was able to just LG me and get a lot of damage off on me. So I didn't get that much damage off on him. And he's just going to be able to fight this and take this. I know where he's at. I just have to concede. And this kind of goes back to that emotional state that I'm in during this match. I realized that, and I'm like, hey, I need to back up. And that's fine. That happens. That's good. And so I'm just trying to restack, and I go for a cutoff rail here. He has his ability up, which is really unfortunate. I think if I shift walked by that armor shard, I might have been able to hear him use the ability. But unfortunately, I didn't hear that. Now I'm at a really bad stack. I'm in a really bad position. Mega's coming up. He's got his sight up, so he's going to know any way I go. In my opinion, the best play here would have just been to wait. Wait it out, see what he's going to do. If he pushes in through this way, I'm able to back up this way, maybe juke him. Or if he pushes to the right, I'm able to go forward a little bit. If he tries to push underneath, then I'm kind of in the clear for the most part. So really in this situation, you have to wait. You have to see what cards you're being dealt in the moment, and you have to take advantage of whatever you can get. Now, I don't do that. I go for another rail, even though I know I shouldn't have, just to try to get damage off. That was another ego fight. This is another ego fight. What are we at? Like 5 ego deaths? He just grabbed Mega. There's no way I'm winning that. There is no way I'm winning that. And I go for another fight here. Yeah, I try to W key it. It's as simple as that. And that's another death. I managed to get red because I know the timing of red. I missed the rail. That rail would have actually been such a really nice one to hit because that would have, I think, gotten the kill. I could be wrong about that. He grabbed Mega, and I'm just W King. Just W King. He has his ability up. He has Railgun. I challenge. I'm done. W key into him again. I got some damage off, though, but he's just going to heal it, and he's probably going to drop for Mega. Yep. I know I still have another HP bubble, so I can keep fighting that. And that's actually a really important point to make there, is you should be still challenging people who miss their railgun, even if you're not at the greatest stack. As long as you can survive a rail hit, I would say keep spamming MG to force him, to tell him that, hey, I'm not backing off of this. You need to respect the position that I am in. I'm able to grab Mega. I'm able to force you away because you missed 2 or 3 or 4 or however many rails back to back. And if they don't listen, they're going to end up dying, right? So in that situation, he realized that, hey, I gotta respect this. So I know he won't have vision, but I know he's going to be very smart about where I'm going to come from because he can hear me from walking there that I dropped. So he tries to get some spam rockets, really good spam rockets, actually. It's something that you don't see a lot of people do. He grabbed red armor. I'm here. He's got to have at least 100, 175. I'm at 66, 165. Stack differential says he's in the lead here, and that's bad for me. And I push, and I drop. I'm able to get a little bit of tri-bolt damage, which again is kind of free damage here, even though it's not the best damage to be taking, or giving rather. And so I'm going to drop. I know he's either by rail or LG here. I wait a second to see if he's by LG. I start shift walking to be able to hear if he's by LG, and I'll keep my sights trained on this jump pad to see if he'll go for a railgun. He decides to drop by rockets and take a fight. Again, he's just forcing a fight here. I'm able to be like, hey, respect my positioning, and he doesn't do that. So I'm able to get a lot of damage off, but again, emotional state, didn't think it through. I push him with my dire orb. I thought the dire orb, what I wanted to do, or what I should have done rather, is I should have thrown the dire orb as a somewhat pseudo distraction to be able to get the mega, get a little bit of damage off if my dire orb hit, and then I would have been able to get away freely. I know he's going to be going by railgun. In fact, he's going to probably beat me here. That's why I start spamming. I'm able to grab armor from him, and you can see, even though I'm able to get these items, it's not necessarily the best play for me. He has to respect it in this situation. In this situation, I'd say it's like pretty good to take because he's not able to fight back really. He could have maybe gotten a rail off on me to reduce my stack, but he chose not to do that, probably because he's really low. You can tell he didn't take the armor shard, so you know his armor stack has got to be hovering less than like 80 maybe. And so I'm trying to figure out what his next play is. He's already set up by Mega. I'm, again, not going to respect that. I'm going to push down below, and you're going to see that I don't know the timing of Mega to the T. This person does, and so he's able to outposition me here, or outtime me here, so I go to push in for it. For whatever reason, he doesn't challenge. He really should have challenged. I don't have that much. I just have LG. He's in a position where he could have just dropped and hit me with a direct, or, you know. But instead, he's going to set up over by rail to get that armor because I didn't deny it from him. A good habit to get into is if you're at like 100 armor, you have nail gun, or you have a way to reduce your armor by 1 or 2 points, you can deny armor shards like that to prevent them from being able to pick it up. And I didn't do that. So now he's stacked back up, presumably at 100 because I didn't check the other armor shard. So I kind of have to just assume he did get it. He's going over there. I don't know if he got red armor. And in fact, this is a complete misplay on my part. I don't know if he's by red armor, but I did know he popped his ability here. So I'm able to kind of make a decision based on that, what I should do next. Unfortunately, emotional state. I'm going to keep reiterating that. I'm in an emotional state, and I'm trying to get the score equalized. But in that pursuit of equalization, I'm making all these really dumb mistakes. Red armor could be up right now. I don't know because I wasn't timing it. I decided to go back and check, which is great. I'm glad I did that because I'm able to get red armor. However, let me back it up a bit. You can see that that red armor realistically only gave me 20 points of armor. And that's not good. I'm not saying I should have dropped in on him there, but I'm also saying I probably realistically shouldn't have picked up that armor right away. And in fact, I probably could have baited him out into a play on that. So I grab red, like I said, it's about 30 points, so it's not like the worst, but it's also not the best. He sets up for rocket because he knows I need rocket, right? If he's been keeping track of it, he'll know I need it. I'm able to grab mega, but at the cost of all my armor, I have 175 HP, and I'm doing damage to him, but I ran out of LG, and now all I have is MG, nail, shotgun, and that's it. And I'm at 34 HP. This is not great. I'm probably going to die here. I'm just trying to get as much damage off as I can. Again, he thinks I'm going to push for rockets because he knows I need rockets. I need a lot of things right now. Rockets is not on my priority list, but also killing him shouldn't be on my priority list either. So I'm going to end up probably dying here. All right, so now I actually have an armor shard. He's going to try to spam the portal because he thinks I'm going to go into it, but instead I'm going to push up over here. He rocket jumps, and believe it or not, I actually think that that wasn't a terrible rocket jump. I didn't expect it, but that lets him set up for a position to get away from me. He's up top. If I went over towards the railgun side, then I would have been able to catch him out. Instead, he chooses the play that I'm probably not going to know. It's a 50-50 play. I'm not against 50-50 plays, but I'm also of the mindset that sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And so he's able to get some HP back off that. I went from that last mega rotation from being like 30 HP to 100, 140. And he probably knows that. So he's probably going to just try to get some poke damage off on me while he restacks. That armor shard by him isn't going to be up. I know this. And so I'm trying to figure out where he's going to be. I know he grabbed LG. I know he's going to be setting up for red armor. And so what I use to deduce that he's going to be up here is the fact that he needs armor. He needs to set up for the red to take the armor. He wanted to check to see if the armor shard over by LG was taken, which he did. And he realized that I'm over here. So he's going to set up up top because I'm not on the middle ground before he's there, if that makes sense. So now I'm out of position for this. I don't think he knew exactly where I'm at, actually. I'm able to get a little bit of damage off, and I'm going to be able to take this. I fucked up the the dire orb there. I still don't think I should have done that dire orb, but that gives you sort of insight. I know where he's at, though. I hit a rail. Not a great rail to hit. I'm finally able to secure a kill after, like, what, 5 minutes of trying to get one? It's now 3-12 with 2 minutes remaining, essentially. This is actually, believe it or not, still doable. Mathematically, I can do this. It depends on him as a player on how he's going to react to me doing this. I don't have much LG. He actually spawned really close to me. I don't know how he got that spawn. I'm not going to lie. That was like kind of a dumb spawn, in my opinion, personally. He's not going to have a lot of HP or armor. All he has is LG. I have 33 LG. I have rail. I have everything at my disposal to get the kill here. I choose single-handedly the worst weapon, I think, for this fight. I got 50 damage off. I should not have chosen shotgun. He's going to get so much damage off on me. I missed the rail. He's going to capitalize on my fuckery of missing one of the most important weapon decisions possible. I actually managed to hit a direct, and that kind of has to force him away, but he's going to be able to grab that armor shard over there. I had the wrong weapon out again. He's going for double rail because he can afford to, and he should, to prevent me from getting, like, restacked back up. I should have had railgun out there. You can see all these, like, little nitpicky things I'm doing because there hasn't really been a lot of, like, nitpicking, and when you're VOD reviewing, you should be nitpicking. So again, I know it's still possible for me to come back. All I have to do, because I killed him there, is I have to capitalize on that. Unfortunately, so much time has elapsed, right? I went from saying I have 2 minutes left, now I have 1:30 left. It is now pretty much at the point of no return. He's going to be on cycle for red armor and mega health. I have 196. It's pretty much done at this point. I'm just trying to figure out where he's at, what his next move is going to be. He decides to go for red armor to just sit over there to keep the position he's in, right? I know he's just going to be able to fight for this. I didn't shoot my railgun. I swapped for LG. Now he's getting all this damage off on me. I'm dead. At this point, the game is officially over, but I still, again, emotional state. I still just try to W key. I just try to keep the, I don't know. It's just, in these games, there is not a whole lot you can do once you're at the point of mentally no return, is how I would put it. That happens. That genuinely happens. And you have to practice that when you're getting angry, to just be like, hey, I need to not be angry, or hey, I need to not be emotional, because there's more than just anger going on right here. There's anxiety, there's anger, there's fucking the ego at play, right? Like, when you get in those states, you have to realize that I just need to take a step back. I need to play my game. I don't need to play his game, because effectively when you W key, that's what you're doing. You're playing his game. You're not playing your game. gonna set up for a rail here, right? Because he's in the position to do so. I fight. I don't have any reason to fight this. You know what I mean? Like, really all around, really good plays from him in terms of, like, decision making on how to set up. He grabbed red armor. I'm getting a lot of MG off. 30 seconds remain. Genuinely mathematically impossible to come back. He's doing a lot of defensive rockets. I managed to get 414. You can tell I shot his body. I'm not happy with the way that this happened. And so, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these games happen, right? And I don't want to just kind of write this game off as it happens. I don't want to write it off as that, because you have to do your best to realize, recognize, and improve. And so that's why you do these VOD reviews, right? Hopefully this was able to help anyone, right? I wanted to get this video out here to help anyone. And you can see I'm just I'm over this game. I'm just having fun there. So GG's, really good plays by him, and that's the game. So if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can. That's really it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.